an earworm back. How very gallant of you. Okay, so it says to me, meeting is now streaming on YouTube. Do you have that notification?
I do.
Okay, success. Okay, so view channel, live, just going on my phone. This is what really annoys me. My phone never shows me if it's actually happening or not. Crikey.
We are
Bear with
live.
me
I
one.
can see it.
Oh, can you see us?
Mhm.
Okay, one sec. Let
I
me
do.
go in the back end of the old YouTube and just change, make sure
Thank
it's.
you, Historia Jamaldis. Yeah, can see us both.
Oh, hey, Jim is here. Jim is one of my biggest believers.
Cool.
He's always sending me like the fun videos to react to and all that kind of
Oh,
shenanigan.
lovely.
Yeah, he's a good egg. He is a good egg, but it means I can't see the chat and you can. So what do I need to set up here?
I just have
I'm
YouTube open in a separate window with us muted because there's like a huge delay.
okay. I can't see the chat. There we go. Jim says, I see you both. Fantastic. And I've just done what you're doing. Okay. Let me shut this. Okay. Fantastic. Yay. Okay, brilliant. Well, you and I have got a hot 10 minutes.
Hmm.
Just give background to Jim because there's only two people watching. So
Nice.
Nick and I met on the Modeling for Advantage YouTube channel,
We
at which
did.
I knew nothing about Nick, but we'd both been in the same space at UK Games Expo, and you just completely bamboozled my brain with your amazing minis and dioramas.
Oh, cool. That's why I
Uh,
do it.
Yay! Particularly, you have some Heresy inspired dioramas.
Hmm.
So
Heresy is just so cool, right? There's just so much to it with about 1,000 books, I think they're up to now. I think they're into four figures with how many books, which is about a
I
billion
mean,
pages.
yeah, I mean, I have a dining room table, and like, if I can, this is terrible. It's just books galore, you
Yeah.
know, books, we're on, I think, book 11 of the Heresy or 12
Okay.
Nemesis. Hello, Hugh. Are you the Hugh who was married recently? If so, congratulations, Hugh. If not, congratulations on being a Hugh.
What a
Um,
surname as well. Whew.
yes, there's a Morrissey song with Cromwell in it. And I always admire anyone, not Morrissey in particular, because obviously he's problematic, but if people get words like Cromwell into a pop song, fantastic. Um, so I love Heresy because it's my first introduction to the hobby.
Hmm.
And I don't know if you've seen this, but this is the Primark
I love
game that
that so much.
isn't it amazing?
And
If
you
only
definitely have to wipe it all away, take all the
like,
names away and do it again. Now that you're at 11 books in, I
yeah,
think
but can you
it's
imagine the shame if I get it all wrong?
it's no shame. I get like 80% of it right. I'd say maybe 60% right. So
I, I feel like I've been studying for 3 years and I'm still like, who's he? And some people are like, oh, I really hate this dumb act. And I'm like, I'm just dumb. So
do you know
um
there's a really cool book? I don't know if you've seen it yet. Um, this one here, it's the collected visions of the Horus Heresy. And it's all the art that inspired the books and the lore.
I love it. Okay, can you please
Mm.
show me a Fulgrim in there?
Ugh,
Ugh.
why that guy? Why don't you want to see Sanguinius?
I feel like
Fulgrim.
trauma bonded with him.
Let
Let me see Fulgrim and then
me
show
try
me
and find you.
Sanguinius. Sanguinius is a whole other problematic relationship I have yet to get into. I don't know what book he first appears in, like properly.
Look at that beautiful art.
Wowie zowie. That is
Isn't that
gorgeous.
stunning? Not Fulgrim. Let's just see.
We are spoiled with all the art in this universe.
Yeah, oh, completely. And it's why I keep buying these silly launch boxes with the beautiful books in them. I'm buying them for the books.
Oof. But
They're
don't
such
they
beautiful editions.
Yeah, and then there's moments on eBay where there people would pay like £100 for it, and then it kind of
Hmm.
drifts. But yeah,
Yeah, I think the limited edition sort of Siege of Terra ones, the ones that were all the furore about. I don't think I got any of those, but
Mm,
books like this, which are art books, I'm all over those.
yeah,
Um, is that
I got.
Fulgrim? Is that what he looks like? Something like that, right?
He's
Yeah.
definitely purple. Um, so would you like to talk a little bit? You're looking for Sanguinius now, aren't you?
Of course, always get distracted by the great angel.
Oh. Um, doesn't he turn up in one of the Eisenhorn books, or am I imagining that? Eisenhorn or Ravener? I might be making it
So
up.
once you get into Beckwin, things get a little odd. And things are a little bit of, have you read the Beckwin novels yet?
Yes, we're waiting for
Yeah.
Pandemonium. We're so
Yes.
excited for it.
So, there's a little bit of like, what is this creature? Is it a blood angel? Is it the Sanguinor? Is it Sanguinius? And I love that what was sort of something on the periphery, this Eisenhorn Ravener Beckwin series, has now become major canon, like really sort of important.
I mean,
Um,
that doesn't that just happen when Dan walks into a room? Whatever's going on in that room
yeah.
is canon. Oh, someone's cooking spaghetti bolognese in the microwave. That's canon. It just happened.
And
Uh,
I think what it is like when you ask people sort of what's your entry point to, Warhammer, most people are like, oh, read the Eisenhorn books. And don't forget
yeah,
there are four of them, not just three. Look for the
that,
fourth.
that was the
And
very teat that Ian fed me from. It was Xenos, and then I was
yeah,
lost to the
yeah. And I think it's so accessible. It doesn't feel like you're reading some deep fantasy or deep sci-fi book where everything is gibberish words and it's connected to this big universe. It's not. It's just a kind of wonky inquisitor with a sketchy group of followers, and they're on that line of, are they good? Are they bad? Who are these people? And they just get worse.
They get well.
Um,
God,
but
the fall from grace is extended.
but because of that, you're not sort of feeling like um that massive FOMO, that feeling of just being lost in the universe. It's so accessible, and it's just a
Yeah,
classic story of ne'er-do-wells with a badge.
and a very cool gang and cool gear.
Yeah, but I think because of that, it's added so much weight to those novels, those three series, that uh, kind of Black Library has to take notice and bring it closer to canon, because
Yeah.
Eisenhorn was always like, it doesn't matter what he does or what Ravener or what Beckwin do, because they're out there somewhere in the mists of time.
Hmm.
But when you read it and you're like, are those the Tyranids that have just turned up in this novel out of nowhere many years before the rest of the universe sees them?
Oh,
It's
well,
so cool.
I mean, I hate Tyranids, but it is exciting when those elements link in. And when I was talking to Mike Lee about Fallen Angels, which I'm hoping to upload on Sunday, he was
Cool.
really frank about how much. So he had two editors, and one of the editors came with him and was like, you need to include this, this, this. So there's a lot of like, you know, we need to place these moments in, but then there's the other side of
Right.
it. It's like people pick stuff up, or Dan writes a book and that becomes canon, and then how do we slide that in?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So this is kind of a teaser for next Wednesday where we do Show Me the Minis. And thank you so much because yeah, basically Nick's made an amazing first slide for the Wednesday coming. What are the Horace inspired dioramas? Do you want to give a sneaky peek of them, or shall we save them? Or do you want to just describe the dioramas? Oh, Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. Don't show me up on live.
Don't tell me what to do. I control your house.
Have you watched that movie, Demon Seed?
Yes.
My God. Whenever Alexa goes red, I'm like, no, no glass tanks in my house.
I
Um,
can give you a little teaser of what sort of put me towards them. Sort of the basic idea behind them. The first one was really it when you think
But
of warfare,
say the title of the first one.
the first one we'll talk about is probably,
I
which
just
is the
love that
first
they
one?
have.
Last Days of the Siege of Terra, I think, is one. And then Titan at the Palace Walls is another. And the last days was because I couldn't come to terms with the scale of these battles. It was just,
Mm.
it's too large. And I think you have to break it down into a tiny little corner. Like, what did a tiny square of Terra look like? It doesn't even have to be Earth. It could be Istvan, or it could be any of the planets that were affected. Like, what does
Well,
it look like when brother is versus brother and they're just sort of smashing the heads off each other? Um, because when it's being written, you really struggle to break it down into that. You're thinking, oh, I'm waiting for the next character name to show up so I can connect with their story. But the story isn't about that. It's about these mega
mm.
battles, where sort of these long loyal brothers decide to like go at each other because of Magnus, really, just
No,
wrecking everything.
stop. Listen, well, this is another discussion, Nick. We'll have another day. On the pie chart of blame, it's not just him. There's Fulgrim. There's the Emperor.
Definitely Fulgrim.
Yeah, so like let's not dump everything, if this
Sure.
relationship's gonna everyone has to take accountability, all of the naughty ones.
And then the other one was the Titan at the Palace Walls, because that was the other part I couldn't really come to terms with. I couldn't really conceptualize it. Were these giant machines? Because
Mm.
we can't rationalize that. We can't conceptualize that. We're standing looking at a tree and we're like, oh, maybe that's 30 feet tall. That's X number of times my height. I can get that in my skull. But when I think of something that's 200 foot tall, it's like I'm gone. So I
Yeah.
wanted a diorama that showed what the true scale of these great battles at the palace walls would look like. Um,
Well, I'm really, really excited to do that next Wednesday. Yeah, and thank you so much for jumping on this live so we could check
sure.
everything works. So I think what we can do now is we can try and end the live stream, but without turning off the chat that we're in. So thank you everybody who came and had a little peek. We'll see you
Thank you.
next
See you
Wednesday.
next week.
Okay. Bye. And then I'm going to stop the live stream. Oh, Philip Collins
Oh
just
no.
hello and goodbye, Philip. This is just a trailer for next Wednesday.